everybody, and welcome back to another vlog. So if you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Julianne. I am a Canadian living abroad in Germany, studying my second language, studying physiotherapy in my second language, and just living my life here in Europe, traveling around and making the best of it. So if you're at all interested in any of that, then definitely consider subscribing to my channel for more videos. So if you missed last week's vlog, we were on our way to England to go and visit one of my siblings. They're living there just for a few years, and actually this is their last year there, so we wanted to go travel there, visit them before they move back to Canada. So we had a long weekend and we decided it's now or never. So we just got back from that trip. It was pretty chaotic. I mean, we saw so much stuff in a very short amount of time, and because we were going to so many cities, like city holidays, at least for me, those are never relaxing. So I do want to share with you guys everything that we saw and that we did. I did take some video clips, but I didn't actually make a whole vlog when we were there because, as I said, it was pretty chaotic, and I also just wanted to spend that time with this person and not be always thinking about vlogging. So we got into England a Friday afternoon, and then we had to take a pretty long train ride to get to their place. The public transit in England is really great, and you can get pretty much everywhere with it, which is really nice. So our first full day there, we actually took a train and went to Wales to this castle. I'll put the name of the castle or manor house here on the screen. I can't remember what it was called. So first of all, just the train ride into Wales was beautiful. It was so sunny and nice, and all the sheep on the hills grazing. It was really cute, and I did miss that scenery from the last time that I was in the UK. So it was this beautiful old house with these gardens, and we did a tour walking inside the house. It was really nice, and they even had like a museum section, because I think the owner of the house was in charge of the UK's colony in India. So they had a museum section that was just dedicated to artifacts and stuff from India, and it was really interesting. So then our next day there, we did just stay around their area. We walked so much. Every single day we were walking like 20,000 steps. It was insane, and my body was so sore afterwards. They just showed us everything in their town. We were walking through all the shopping centers, just seeing what's different, because it is really interesting, you know, me coming from Canada and now living in Germany and then traveling to England, and just seeing the differences is interesting. There were so many things that I really loved and I wanted to bring back with me, but it was just unrealistic because we just had backpacks. We were traveling with Ryanair. We didn't have a whole lot of space to bring stuff back. So there were a few things that we decided, okay, maybe later we could find online, or we'll just go back to England. So that day was a little bit more relaxed because we weren't actually going somewhere, but it was definitely still full. our next day, we packed up, we left their city, and we went south to Oxford. And that was the most beautiful town I have ever been in. It was so lovely there. So we were walking around, we found this old pie shop, which was really cute, and had some lunch, and we were walking around the university grounds, so like Oxford University. I was looking at admission rates, you know, just in case I wanted to live out my dream and go to Oxford University. I'm probably not gonna do that because it's very expensive. And then we went to the oldest tavern in Oxford. You had to like walk through all these alleyways to get there, and it was so adorable, and it just like decorated so cute and old, and it was really cute. I felt like a hobbit. And then our last day in England, we went into London. So then we just continued directly from Oxford that evening into London. We walked around and saw some things at night. They didn't have all of the lights on, like around Parliament and stuff, because, you know, the energy crisis, that's understandable, but it was still kind of cool to see Big Ben, like the clock face lit up. It was cool. And then we slept in this Airbnb, and I mean, it was a very affordable Airbnb, and the whole night I was so paranoid because how this Airbnb was set up, I guess there were multiple Airbnbs in this one building, and none of the doors were labeled or anything, so the owner literally made YouTube videos to show everybody like which door they should go into instead of just labeling it. So I think a lot of people were confused, and late into the night people kept trying to open our door. And then there was also another door that was from the hallway that went directly into the bathroom, which was right beside our bedroom, and it didn't have like a really tight seal close on it, so you could like rattle the door quite a bit. And I think there were some people thinking that could have been their room, and it was terrifying in the middle of the night and I couldn't sleep for the longest time. But nonetheless, we did survive the night, and I did get some sleep in, which was good because I had my biggest walking day yet to come, the day of London. So we went for breakfast somewhere fairly close to us. I may have been influenced by the fashion mumbler, or her name is Josie. I think her YouTube channel is so cute, so I've been watching that. And she goes pretty regularly to Daylesford in the Cotswolds. But then I saw that Daylesford also has a shop in London. So we went there for breakfast. It was definitely more of a shop than a cafe, like a sit-down place. They did have a place that you could eat by the windows, but I got the impression that they expect more people to take their food and go rather than actually sit down and eat there, which is fine because we ended up just going to a park with a nice view and eating there. But of course, while we were waiting for our food, we were walking around the shop and everything was just so lovely. They had lots of homeware things and of course all their like actual groceries, and literally everything that they had was really nice, and I just adored all of it. So we took our breakfast to go, and then we walked to the Marble Archway, I think it's called, and I guess that was the original entrance into Buckingham Palace, but because they expanded the garden, I don't know if it's like the park or the gardens around Buckingham Palace, and then they had to move the Marble Archway quite a bit further back, so it was kind of like the entrance into this other big park. I think it was Regent's Park. And after that, we just walked around and took the underground everywhere around London. I feel like I was only there for a day and a half, and I felt like a local, you know, getting out my car, getting onto the underground, figuring out where to go. I think that experience in itself was also just, it was fun because it's different from what I usually do. So we went and saw the Tower of London, which is one thing we do want to go back and actually have the tour of it. But apparently you could be in there for like 6 hours. You can spend so much time going through the Tower of London that we knew that we just didn't have time for it that day. So that's on our list when we go back to England. We definitely want to go and do that. We also went, looked at Buckingham Palace, looked at the Tower Bridge. What else did we look at? We like saw so many things. And then we got back on our plane, came back to Germany really late, and I had school the very next day. So that was our England adventure, and I'm excited to go back someday. And since we've been back, I have been working so hard studying for my finals. My first final is actually next week, and honestly, I feel like going to England kind of motivated me to study a lot, you know? I went to Oxford and it was very like academic, aesthetic, and hey, if that gets me motivated to study, then that gets me motivated to study. So my first exam next week is just internal anatomy for the organs and everything, and that's definitely going to be my easiest exam. I think it's pretty basic, and I haven't had too many troubles with this class. And then the week after that, I have my other anatomy exam, which is more the muscular and skeletal system, everything to do with movement. That one is more challenging, but not impossible. And then in the following few weeks, in my actual exam weeks, I have like 10 exams, which I'm very nervous about those. So that's what I'm gonna be doing the rest of the day, just hunkering down, studying, getting as much done as I possibly can. This morning I already went through most of my Anki cards for my anatomy class this coming week. There's still a little bit to do, but I can probably finish it in under half an hour. And then I'm just gonna be working hard on all these other subjects. So if you like this video, definitely give it a big thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel for more content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!